When Hellraiser 3 Hell on Earth came out in 1992, it was a couple years after the first two, which were very well connected. And after the when Hellraiser 3 came out, there was the song Hellraiser, like Motorhead version, which was for the movie. And that was just such an awesome way to go out. I mean, like, the movie itself was rather meh, but having Motorhead do the Hellraiser song was just perfect. There was just such a good finale for everything, and because the even though it was only the third movie in it started showing signs of fatigue already, and there really didn't need to be any more. Well, they decided, why not make 100 more sequels to this? So that's what Hellraiser 4 Bloodline is. It is another continuation of the Hellraiser series, and it's another meh sort of film. I'm just glad that we haven't got to the point yet where the films have been excruciating. Well, I mean, sometimes they're excruciating to look at because they're so overly gruesome with the skin being ripped off of people. But yeah, Hellraiser Bloodline is it's just another disposable piece, honestly. And I know that it came out in 1996, 4 years after number 3. But this one doesn't really have, at least, okay, in Hellraiser Hell on Earth, there was the grunge style, and there was the Motorhead song being used for the film. But this one, obviously, they couldn't do a whole lot more with it, because what more can you do with a thing like Hellraiser? Like, more cool things can you do with it? Because none of them have really been truly good, so how can you make one that actually is a truly good film up to this point? Well, with the case of Hellraiser Bloodline, you can tell that they tried to make something that was a quality horror film. Of course, seeing the Cenobites, that's cool, but they can never ever get a hold of the characters being interesting or good in general. I hate to say it, but it's true. I mean, the final women in the first three, they were just good. It's not like Sidney Prescott or Ellen Ripley, who were like so good. Not even like Heather Langenkamp from Nightmare on Elm Street, who's also a really underrated one. Yeah, the women in the first couple of Hellraiser films, not bad, but yeah, they weren't as good as some even underrated ones. But this one, they don't have a final. They have a guy who's the hero. So it takes place across 3 different historical periods, and yeah, this dude finds out that his ancestors were somehow part of the making of the cube that's used to summon the Cenobites. And so, yeah, it takes place over across some millennia, like in the 17th or 18th century, one of them, and 1996 being the main chunk of the film, and in the 22nd or the 23rd century being the last part. And I gotta admit, this one, as I said, they tried to make the characters more good. Yeah, this is actually the most invested I've ever been in the characters. And of course, I like the styles of the 2 bookend time periods, of course the 1996 period. It's normal, but the futuristic stuff, was quite good. The saw a couple millennia beforehand, also quite good. The brutality of this film, not better, not worse. It's roughly about the same as the previous ones. So there's that. But yeah, I found myself kind of surprised that I was actually starting to care a little bit for these characters. I mean, of course, the movie it's not a truly good film, but I gotta say I came very close to actually liking some of these characters. I hate to say it, but this is actually so far my favorite Hellraiser film, even though not a lot of people like it. The fatigue has grown. Yeah, these characters I actually kind of liked. Kind of, that is. So I'm going to have to give it Hellraiser Bloodline from 1996 2.5 stars out of 4.